is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today I'm checking out the Jam. This is a town called Malice for the first time. Now, I heard of the Jam. I did a first-time reaction to the Jam going underground. These homies remind me of what we would call counterculture. Yeah, like the subculture, the counterculture, with a hint of rebellion and a tad bit of a revolution in the sense of the way they approach. Going underground is a statement in itself. I'm going underground, and I'm not a Ninja Turtle. Anyways, I enjoyed that song, and I'm excited to check out this song for the first time. Now, I still don't know much about the Jam yet. But we'll get there, man. We go down these rabbit holes, we learn and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, this intro, actually, we'll just get into that when we start the video. But the music from the offset, I was like, okay. Anyways, you guys, if you're here for a first time reaction, like, share, comment, subscribe, and guess what? Welcome back to the channel.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. 40!
All right, the logo's down and the video is up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. Also, if you want to check out my other channel, Pegasus vs. the World, over there, I do commentary. Over here is where we do all the music and the music reactions. If you wanted access to these reactions early, there's a link in the description to our membership. Gives you access to a bunch of videos that have not been released to the public yet. It's before it comes out, and I update it every day. So you can have some fun in there. Regardless, there's never an obligation, just letting you know that's available. And for anyone who's not able to be a part of the membership, don't even trip. Everything in there gets released to the public eventually. I only release 2 to 3 videos a day, so it just takes time. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get this going. This is The Jam, a town called Malice. This is on their official YouTube channel. So please go over there and watch this without me. Just meaning what I do isn't a substitute for the original content. Go check out their video on your own, stream their music, do all that good stuff in support of the original content creator. That's all I can do is show my love and respect. And let's get this one moving. This is The Jam, a town called Malice. Immediately, this reminds me of Motown. Immediately. And we know they're not Motown artists, but immediately this reminds me of the Supremes. The Supremes. I need love, love. That's crazy. That's wild. This is crazy. The lyrics are totally the opposite of the energy of the production, of the music. The lyrics are dark. It's funny because a town called Malice sounds like a town called Alice. That's kind of a flip. Let me look this up real quick, these lyrics. The Jam, town called Malice lyrics. I want to dive in what he was symbolizing with the milk. I'm wondering if this goes back to when they put kids on milk cartons, or did I just miss? It's going by so fast. It's hard because I just want to do this. You know, we got this Motown base of it, But then you got a little bit of that little punk thing they do out in the UK. That's what's crazy too. As of recently, I watched something and it talked about the British invasion. And I guess when I started doing reactions, I didn't know how influential Britain was with the aspect of the band, the rock band, and the rocker, really the rock band, because the influence of America came from the solo artists. That's whatever I saw or read led me to believe that Britain had the greatest influence on the world with music in the sense of the rock band or the band in general. And America had the greatest influence with solo artists. Solo artists just went crazy for America. So I thought that was interesting. Let me look up these lyrics, though, because I want to, I'm checking it out on Genius. Okay. Better stop dreaming of the quiet life, because it's the one we'll never know. And quit. And you know, the quiet life, like moving out of the hood, getting to the burbs, the picket fence, chilling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we stuck in the hood. We stuck grinding. Quit running from the runaway bus, because those rosy days are few, and stop apologizing for the things you've never done, because time is short and life is cruel. But it's up to us to change. So it just sounds like you're in the grind, you know, runaway bus, like you going to work, you know what I'm saying? You in the hamster wheel type thing, but you can change it. Rows and rows of disused milk float stand dying in the dairy yard, and 100 lonely housewives clutch empty milk bottles to their hearts, hanging out their old love letters on the line to dry. It's enough to make you stop believing when tears come fast. You know, I don't get that one. That one's kind of because originally when I heard the milk, I was thinking, you know, like milk cartons, how the kids were on the back of missing milk cartons, which is so crazy that doesn't happen. That happened in my childhood. This was probably before then. And now it seems more like maybe, I don't know. You know, when I was young, now I'm just thinking of milk in general, which is crazy. But we'd have milk delivered to our crib. We had this little box, a wooden box, and they would deliver milk. It didn't last long because this was in the early 90s, and then, you know, things start to change. I wonder if that's a symbol of just, you know, how things change so rapidly, right? Maybe you go from being a paper boy, right? Throwing a newspaper. Now you got Google. Now you got Chat GPT. Immediately, the newspaper industry has folded. Maybe he's referencing something with the milk industry. I have no clue. Then people argue about raw milk versus pasteurized milk. And I'm like, bruh, let me live. I have my own thoughts on that stuff. I just don't. Let's get off that. We don't talk about that on this channel. It is forbidden on this channel to speak of Z milk. Anyways, all right, let's go. The Jam, A Town Called Malice. This is a wild one for me, you guys, because the lyrics this is like yin and yang, you know, a poster child of yin and yang when you think of the lyrics versus the music. The vibration of the music versus the vibration of what the lyrics are saying. It's kind of wild. I'm wondering if everything they're speaking of in this song has it changed for the better in the UK? I'm not willing to really talk about the UK and other countries because I'll talk about my country, America, but I haven't lived it. I haven't experienced it. Now, I've been to the UK. I've been to a bunch of places. I might have an opinion on things as an outsider, but I think it's important for the people to speak up for their own, area. And I'm wondering because this seems to be a call to action almost for the blue collar worker or people working. Like, I don't know what he's asking for yet. He's just kind of being like, yo, this kind of sucks, man. There's no way out. There's no way out. And I wonder if in time out there, is there a way out? And is society moving in the way you want it as a whole? The people of the UK, is it moving in the direction? And since like music like this, I would think it'd have an impact and influence things. And so did it go in the direction that people wanted? And was that a good direction, or where does all that sit? Because there's actually a lot here being said, which is so wild because the music is I just want to dance straight up. It's like this fusion of like something from, like I said, it reminded me of the Supremes from the jump, but then he has like this little, UK punk thing going on. You know what I mean? Anyways, I like this song. I really do. I like songs that make you think, but also can just make you feel like this makes me feel good, even though it's like, damn, yeah, does it really like that? Ooh, yeah. You stuck in your town. A town called Malice. That is incredible. I actually really enjoyed that song. The music was my favorite part. This song, A Town Called Malice is actually pretty melancholy, and it just reminds you of kind of this concept of getting stuck. And I'm speaking as an American right now, obvious, because I am an American, getting stuck in that small town and, never really making it out. And the way he symbolized it made it seem like it's this societal thing from where he's from. And I don't know if it was really hard to make it out or whatever. Like, I'm in America, and as I've gotten more mature and older, when I was young, I had a chip on my shoulder, right? And I felt a certain way. I did feel some type of entitlement, sometimes anger, when I was seeing certain things. But as lived experience, and I started working and taking care of myself, I created opportunities because of the type of personality I had and the work ethic and different things I saw. And I was blessed. And it's interesting because the time I was coming up, there's just so many opportunities. And even in America now, because of AI, there's going to be AI, crypto, a bunch of different things, that there are a lot of opportunities. So I never see things through the lens of like this extreme darkness, even though I've lived through certain very dark moments in my life. But, those lyrics, is real. And I think we can all get stuck. I think if I hung off one lyric from that song, it was that we can change, And I think that's important out of all of it, to not get too hung up on staying in the darkness too long is dangerous, right? Staying in the grief, the darkness, the depression. I think, dancing with it, embracing it, looking it dead on, eye to eye in the mirror is what you're supposed to do to help see it, acknowledge that it's real, not run from reality. You don't have to live in a fantasy, but you don't live there. You don't stay there too long. And I just think the key element in the song was when he mentioned change. I could be tripping. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. I'm still struggling having like a philosophical breakdown of this track because it was so groovy. It's so easy to dance to. Anyways, there's something about the jam, man. yeah, man, that rebelliousness, or it's not rebellion actually coming out of this song. It's just that counterculture. I don't know, like they're pushing back. I don't know, man. I got to listen to a little bit more of them, but I liked that. And Going Underground, bro, that's just a crazy ass title, you know. And I lived my whole life being an underground hip hop artist, which is way different than living as a pop rapper. Like an underground hip hop artist is it's not conventional rap. Like that's what's so unique and so misunderstood, especially by the audience that watches me now, because most of them don't enjoy rap or listen to rap. And so it's easy just to put someone in a box from everything they see on television, which these dudes are pretty dope. And I like that. I gravitate to stuff like this. Anyways, you guys let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Andale, 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 uh-oh.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.